It's been exactly 10 days since longtime Today Show host was fired after being one of the biggest perverts in his industry since Harvey Weinstein. In the last week, it seems that Matt Lauer has suddenly disappeared from the surface, perhaps to save face. Although he provided a tokenary public apology for gross sexual misconduct in the workplace, including allegedly locking women in his office and raping them there, it was all meaningless words since his sickening controversy wasn't over yet. Instead of slipping into obscurity, the former NBC News host has surfaced under horrific circumstances as it comes out that the serial groper had taken a hostage. Just when Lauer thought that all his skeletons and mistresses at the NBC studio had come forward, his worst nightmare came crawling out of the closet. His chances of getting the remainder of his $30 million contract just got a lot worse for him after Addie Zinone emerged and exposed Lauer's most salacious secret yet. This comes after several accusations against him were possibly being turned into criminal accusations such as rape and assault. The Daily Mail reports, a young woman who began her career as an intern at Today before being promoted to a PA on the NBC morning show has revealed she had a sexual relationship with Matt Lauer. Addie Zinone, née Collins, writes in an essay for Variety that it all began when she went to lunch with Lauer in July 2000 after asking him for advice before she went off to start a new job in West Virginia, and instead found the host aggressively hitting on her. When they returned to work, he sent her a message that read, "Meet me." Text exchanges show that Lauer then told Zinone to head to an empty dressing room above Studio 1A so the two could have sex before he left at 3 p.m. Lauer sent that text at 2:42 p.m., just 2 years into his marriage with second wife Annette. "The situation really took its toll on me. I changed physically. I changed emotionally. Fear crept into my life. I became unsure of myself. Any confidence I had was gone." For him, it was a conquest, writes Zinone, who also detailed one encounter that occurred in Lauer's office. "I sat across from him, and he pushes a button from his desk and the door shuts. It was embarrassing, because his secretary was sitting outside. He wanted to do stuff. I was like, no. I'm so in over my head. I'm not a performance artist." Zinone says that the relationship came to an end at the Democratic National Convention in California that summer, when Lauer told her to meet him in a bathroom for one final round of sex. Zinone's account sounds a lot like Lauer's long list of other accusers except for one massive bomb she dropped in her piece for the news outlet. The control he had over her was to such a degree that she said she felt like his hostage and that she was under his spell. This is a common, manipulative tactic abusers use on their victims. What happened with Matt held me hostage. I was under his spell. It was all-consuming. I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate. Every time I turned on the TV, because I anchored the local news in the morning, there was his face, Zinone explained in her Variety piece. And he was acting all jolly and happy. And here am I, carrying the weight of what had happened and fending off the national press. I didn't want to start my career being known as one of Matt Lauer's girls. In an attempt to take back control of her life and find herself after enduring the physical and emotional abuse brought on by Lauer taking advantage of her and abusing his power, Zinone enlisted in the military. I was in a depression. This man who I'd held on a pedestal had made me feel like my looks and my body were my true assets, she said. He made it clear that he wasn't interested in my skills or my talent. It just shattered everything. These victims that are coming forward need to start pressing criminal charges against this scumbag who is still fighting for his millions and isn't sorry for all the sex he had with workers behind his wife's back. He's only sorry he got caught. If the statutes of limitations have passed, the victims need to bring civil charges against him. This pervert can't get away with what he has done for so many decades. He needs to be taken down and either end up in prison, with an eager cellmate, or he needs to end up in the streets living under a bridge. Either option works.